The IHG card doesn't get the credit that it deserves. It's one of the better hotel cards out there, and its power comes in the form of quick wins, especially for beginners, but there's still value to be had even if you leave those beginner stages, and that's why I've had this card for over 2 years now. Alright, so if you haven't left because of that bad joke, or because of this one, it's probably the most nurse aesthetic you'll see me in, then make sure to stick around because I'm going to drop some value maximization strategies, and we're going to cap it off with some inspirational destinations where these points can take you. So let's run this video through the beginner lens of a hypothetical person, Little Michael, we'll call him. He got his Sapphire Preferred, he's got his Freedom Flex, he's looking at the Venture X, but he's intimidated by the annual fee, and so he comes across this card, the IHG Premier, comes across this video, and he asked the question, what the heck is an IHG? IHG is one of the largest hotel chains in the world. They're most known for their Holiday Inns, but they actually have 19 brands of hotels, and here's a list of them all. They have a nice mix of luxury and budget, including the likes of Kimpton, Intercontinental, Hotel Indigo, Crown Plazas, etc. So the IHG Premier Card is a great option for Little Michael because it comes with an annual fee of just $95. And with this annual fee, you get automatic Platinum status, which is one tier below IHG's top status, which is Diamond. Now make sure to perk up because this is value maximization strategy number 1. So some perks of the IHG Platinum status include early check-in, late checkout, upgrades when available, and a welcome amenity, and then some other less exciting perks. And so I will say all of this, of course, is based on availability and the discretion of the hotel. And I will say IHG is one of those networks where kind of all the different hotels and the brands kind of function very independently in a way. I mostly stay at Holiday Inns with IHG, and the welcome amenity is typically 5,000 bonus points, and you might get a bigger room, but nothing to write home about. But the tip with this status that no one really talks about is that you're able to leverage the Platinum status with IHG, and you're able to match that with an auto rental company. And so I usually start with Status Matcher to get kind of more data points and more information about this. So Status Matcher is a website that kind of crowdsources this information as far as status matching. And there's a recent example of someone being able to match their IHG Platinum to Hertz President's Circle status. And if Hertz isn't your thing, you can match that status for Hertz over to other car rental companies. Again, check Status Matchers for some more data points and instructions. But to be able to say you got this $95 annual fee, you got hotel status and status with the car rental company, that's pretty nice for a $95 annual fee card. So quick wins, check, check. The next perk of this card is that it gives TSA pre-check / global entry. And now I know that's not a big deal for a lot of people in the game. However, if you're looking at Little Michael, he just has a Sapphire Preferred, the Freedom Flex, and he's annual fee averse. And the IHG Premier card is just a $95 annual fee. It's one of the cheapest cards out there to get this perk with. And so quick win, check. So let's talk earning categories. You get 3x points across the board on all your purchases. You get 5x points per dollar on travel, gas stations, and dining. And then for IHG hotels, you get a total of 26x per dollar on your purchases with this card. And now it's broken down. You get 10x points for using the card, 10x points just for being an IHG member, and then an extra 6x points for being a Platinum member, which you get with the card. So those are some high multipliers there, but it's worth saying here that IHG points aren't worth the same or as much as Chase points or other currencies. You'll find valuations of these points that they are maybe half a cent or maybe 0.8 cents per point. But you can easily stretch these points to be valued over 1 cent depending on how you redeem your points. But let's go just with the lowest valuation, half a cent per point. If you're getting 3x on everything, that's mostly getting like 1.5 cents per point on everything that you spend on. And so that's not terrible. And so an argument could be made that Little Michael that doesn't have a good catch-all card could use this as a catch-all card until he gets something better. And I will say that this could be a solid gas card until, again, he gets something better that can fill that category. With this card, you also get a free annual night certificate on your card anniversary worth 40,000 points. Now you have to use this before your next card anniversary. You can't stack these up. And if you find a hotel that's worth more than 40,000 points that you want to stay at, you are able to top these off with points from your account as well. And the nice thing about this is that there isn't a cap on how many points you could top it off with. Compared to Marriott, for example, there's that 15,000 limit. That doesn't exist here. And so this perk adds to the long-term value of this card. Something I want to mention here is that this card has an identical business card version, $95 annual fee, free night certificate. And so in theory, a strategy could be you get this card, the business card. If you have a player 2, you refer them to these same cards, and then you'll end up with 4 free night certificates you can use every year. And so that's that's essentially a free vacation based on these annual fees alone. Is it the best strategy? I don't know, but it's a strategy out there, something I may look into whenever I run out of sign-up bonuses. Another perk of this card is that it comes with $50 in United Travel Bank credit. And so this is split up into two $25 credits. You get one in January and another in July, and they expire, so you can't really roll them over year after year. And so this is a nice perk if you do travel United a couple times a year, but if you don't, then it's kind of just a lost perk. Now I will say I have come across a way of how to combine this credit, but it's a little bit complicated. Don't know if it's worth the effort. I'll link an article for you in the description if you're interested. And finally, one of the best perks of this card is that when you redeem your points for 4 nights, you get your 4th night free. Now, I think this is really cool because Marriott's and Hilton's version of this is you get the 5th night free, but I think it's a lot easier to come up with 3 nights worth of IHG points to take advantage of this perk versus the 4 nights with the other brands. And so that's really cool, but it is worth noting that you're not able to use your free night certificate as one of those nights. And also just beware whenever you go looking for hotel availability and you're searching for 4 nights at a time, it'll show up as a discounted price like this. But that's the discounted points price per night with the free night factored in. So you take that price and multiply it by 4 and that'll be the total, not by 3. That was confusing to me whenever I was first getting started with this program. And then of course this card also gives you a nice fat sign up bonus. Its standard bonus is typically around 140,000 points after you spend $3,000 in 3 months. It was once at its highest of 175,000 points, but that's gone away and I don't know when that'll come back. And I will say it is worth noting, according to terms and conditions, it looks like you can get this card after 24 months of having it. And so that's something I may look into in the future, and maybe you will too. So we'll call this 140,000 sign-up bonus as a quick win for little Michael. But let's see how far these points could really take him. But first, if you've gotten value from this video at all, go ahead and let me know by hitting the like button below. And if you enjoy learning how to use points and miles to travel for free, make sure you hit the subscribe button. This is Nurse Michael Travels, and that's all we talk about here. Here's some more. For just 122,000 points, you're able to stay 4 nights in a nice Intercontinental or Kimpton hotel in Sydney, Australia. And then if you're going to Bali, you can spend just 31,000 points for 4 nights at a Holiday Inn 4-star hotel there. Or you can splurge on a 5-star Intercontinental resort in Bali for just 119,000 points for 4 nights as well. And whenever I actually got this card, I had the intentions of using the sign-up bonus for Disney Springs. They have a Holiday Inn up there at Disney World for just 55,000 points. You can get a 4-night stay, cutting some of the cost for a Disney World trip. However, we never did end up using it for that. But we did go to Sedona at a Holiday Inn Express for just 131,000 points. You can have a 4-night stay in peak season Sedona. And that hotel just got the job done. Nothing too fancy, but the front desk guy was actually really nice and really helpful. He let us to the Boynton Canyon Trail, and there we actually met a hiker slash photographer. He took this incredible candid photograph. We had no idea. He showed us afterwards, and it was just a great memory, great photo. Loved that trip. And now, alright guys, so I have a confession. I am little Michael. I got this card as my 3rd card after the Sapphire Preferred and the Freedom Flex, and so I learned all about these perks from life experience, and I hope this was helpful for you. And yes, indeed, I am little. I mean, look at my wingspan, man. It's just not there. So comment below what you think about the IHG card, if you've got a favorite destination or memory that you've had, if you've already taken one of these trips. Or let me know in the comments where you look forward to using an IHG sign-up bonus. In the meantime, check out this video that YouTube thinks you'll like, and thank you for your time and attention.